Hey Cancers, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your divination forecast for the month of April. Hey guys! I know there have been a lot of questions as far as, why March was so short, and what the hell happened to all your videos? I'm gonna give you a lot of updates now since I really didn't have any for you in March because I was still going through a tough, period of time there. I'm gonna give you those updates. If you feel like skipping ahead, you can. You'll just realize that I'm doing the reading when you see me flipping the cards, and then you'll just kind of have to search around for the beginning of it, okay? But all right, so I'm gonna hit on all cylinders with this, okay? All right, so first thing was, as many of you know, I was going through a difficult time, around end of February into early March. That was because I was going through a spiritual ascension. That's pretty much an evolution of your abilities and like a real amping up of your spiritual abilities. Um, Basically, like I got to a point where I was even like really overloading on energy, and I pretty much learned that I could now channel spirit through my body and also do things like automatic writing and everything. I learned all of that stuff during that period. But because I was channeling from so many different sources and getting linked up with so many different entities, because I got sloppy with not doing meditation and not using my spiritual protections, that it just started manifesting in all these crazy ways. I saw a lot of my own shadows and all this other crazy stuff. So then I just kind of, got grounded again, cleared out any kind of negative energies or entities and all that good stuff. But it was really hard. Like the hardest two parts where I hit rock bottom with my energy tanking out. First time it felt like my body was literally lit on fire and I had to like revive myself from those ashes. Second time it felt like my heart was being repetitively stabbed with a knife. Yeah. So fun stuff, spiritual ascension. Like, I know people talk about spiritual death. I would imagine that was probably it. Yeah. But but so that's what was going on. But as a result, like with the videos being removed, I had to clear out that old energy because there were two decks that I did get rid of as a result. They weren't big decks, they were just major only, and the energy just wasn't suitable anymore. I had to get rid of them to get out the negative energy too. So so those two I won't be using. They were from the same makers that I'm not gonna, have any of that in my history anymore. But I got a lot of new cards now too. And I'm still gonna use all my classic cards, the ones that are truly me, but yeah, I mean everything's in perfect timing, so that was the perfect timing for that too. But now I'm gonna start building the channel back up starting now from April. I'm gonna nix March eventually because now I'm back to 100% and I want for people to be able to like have that be, the full history of the channel instead of when I was going through that period. I also did refund a few readings during that period. It was about a week's worth of readings because I did not feel well and the deadline was coming up and I was like, I would rather give someone's money back than ever do anything half-heartedly or, in a way where my energy was going crazy. I could never do that. So, like, to those few people who I had to give back your reading, know that I would have loved to read for you, but I couldn't in good conscience have done it during that period. Like, it was really that one particular week where it was just, like, completely ridiculous. Everything else was just, I was already back in my own kind of energy and rebuilding, so that I would never have sent out anything that wasn't good. Okay, so really the only ones that were at risk were the ones that I refunded, which naturally I would have refunded more if I needed to, but I managed to, get my grounding under me again at that point. But yeah, so to those people, I'm sorry that I had to give it back to you. Someday I would love to read for you, and I know my readings are unlike anybody else's, well, as much as any other reader, but I know my formats are particularly unique since they're self-made, so by all means, in the future, I'd love to read for you again, and I apologize that I couldn't fulfill that during that period. All right. Um, okay, just general updates. My birthday was March the 20th. So it was good. Went with my family to see my brother in Colorado. His birthday is a day before mine, a few years. So that was good. Got some, connection going, and it was nice. Gave me a chance to kind of decompress too, and enjoy family time. Um, all right. Now going into something completely different. Some of you may roll your eyes at this, but those of you who know a little about my history, and if not, here you go. Before I was doing this work, I was actually planning a comic company, and that was all I thought about. All I like ate, slept, drank was that company. And I was doing my spiritual work at that time, but it was just for myself. You know, like this was my big thing. Well, anyhow, during that period, I actually wound up, you know, officially registering myself with the government. Like I own, the registration, the rights to Destiny Line Comics, which is my company. Like I have that company filed and registered, um, even though it's not functioning at all, because my partner's cut out on me after our 1 year anniversary was coming around. Um, but anyhow, during that period, I actually purchased merchandise, like really good quality merchandise. One of which was a silicone and steel energy bracelet. It has these bioelements inside the bracelet that help balance out your ions. Um, and at first I was just gonna save it, thinking one day I could just use them for the company. But after talking to a friend, I realized, oh, those like the energy balancing is actually totally relevant to spiritual work and all that good vibe stuff. Which at the time I didn't even think about. I just thought it was a cool bonus. The bracelets are just really cool. Also, coincidentally, the branding colors of my company are prism colors, which coincide with the 7 chakras. So, just really funny correspondence there. But without further ado, I will show those to you very quickly. Okay, these are silver metal because they're different metal colors. There's black, green. Give me a second. Blue. Okay, then we have gold tone metal, yellow, violet, my personal favorite, and orange. And then we have black metal, red, okay, and light blue, which is always like everybody goes nuts over this one. All right, and I'm just going to show you also there's a laser printing on the metal of the bracelet. And it sucks because I'm not sure if it's going to focus in enough for this. But the printing is actually an inkstone with lines running through it. And the inkstone represents, the decisions that we make that impact our own destiny, which I normally call the human element for those of you who have been following me for a while. And the lines represent all of the, unforeseen outcomes that will result from those decisions we make. So that's kind of the significance of that symbol, because the inkstone was is the trademark symbol, etc., of the company. But at any rate, those will be available on my website now. And again, they're just like really cool bracelets. I mean, like when I was talking with my artist in this Panera Bread cafe, we were just talking about them, and a lady just came up and was like, I want one of those bracelets. So they're just really cool just on their own. And they fit any wrist size. I have a tiny ass wrist and it fits my wrist, and then my bestie has a huge wrist and it fits him too. And they're super comfortable. They're quality materials. The stainless steel is polished and shiny. Like, it's a very, very high quality bracelet. I had them imported from China, and the company was so attentive, so detail oriented. They did a fabulous job, and they made every effort possible to give me exactly what I wanted, which they did. All right, so yeah, but I was very invested in that, quite obviously. But yeah, so those will be available on my website. I'll put them in another tab like apparel, so they're not in the personal reading section, you know? Gotta keep them separated. Okay. Oh, that was awful. That's how you know I'm back to myself too, right? All right. Okay, springboarding off of that really quickly, just want to say if you are an artist or know an artist of considerable skill who would be interested in collaborating either with me or other artists to create a comic based on my writings, which obviously we would discuss via email, etc., you can contact me through my website, which will be in the link below, or even through YouTube, which is a-okay too. I check both. I don't have a team who monitors my stuff. I do it all. Okay? But yeah, I mean, I've never given up on that. Going through this whole experience just, you know, showed me even more that, you know, as much as, you know, I'm doing what I do now and this is my full-time job now, that I still have these, you know, hopes of doing this too, because I know it's something that's going to be great for people too. So, I'm a fantasy writer. My writing is unlike anything else that I've ever read, and it's very progressive. So yeah, so hit me up if you'd be interested. Obviously, it would be like no pay until we actually generated a comic, in which case then we would all get compensation. So there we go. Very forthcoming as per usual. There you have it. All right. Okay. Last thing, like I said, videos are going to be back to their usual time. So again, I'm going to be giving you those good quality long videos that I know we love. Because now I'm feeling good again. All right, I might bring back weeklies a little bit. Now, they're not going to be every single week. It would just be if I had enough time and I felt like, okay, I think I could do a weekly this week, and, you know, we could just benefit from that extra energy, extra message, only if I had enough time to do it. Because I'm thinking maybe another week or two I might have the time, in which case I might like to do that. I can't overwork myself, but I'm thinking I might do it sporadically, you know, every once in a while. So know that that can also be a possibility. So if you're subscribed, like, you'll just see, you know, the video is posted or whatever, or just check back in. But yeah, or, you know, it might just be a pleasant surprise when you need the message, you know? But, so I am considering that. Also, I did take down some of my philosophical and educational videos that I had on here. People didn't really watch them that much, but I do want to reinstate those crystal meditation videos. Originally, the one I accidentally said the F word, and so the foundation one, some people couldn't even watch anyhow, so it's probably better that I redo it so everybody can enjoy it. But yeah, so I am going to be trying to flesh those out as well. So I'm rebuilding the channel within this new energy as we push forward, because April's when we finally push forward out into the new energy again, and more empowered, more wise, because again, February into early March was brutal. Then the rest of March was kind of healing. April is showing a lot of, like, energy going back up and people moving on, okay? So feel good about that. All right, guys, I'm done with my spiel here. All right, let's get to it. Okay, Cancers, so first thing we're starting with is energy that surrounds you for this month. Ooh, sweet. Okay, this is really interesting, guys. All right, so first off is the journal. Oh, also brand new cards this week. Every deck I've used, brand new. And again, I'll go back to my classics and mixing these in with my classics, but I was like, new energy, new decks for this month. Okay, so it was the journal and the whip. Love this card. The whip, starting it off here, whip has to do with confidence, sensuality and sexuality, flirtation, personal empowerment as well. Okay? Journal has to do with documentation, you know, like, honestly, going off of all the energies we've been through, it has to do with what has already been, our history, okay? Since this is energy surrounding you, it's kind of just what I was saying already. Because of our history now, we're coming into greater self-empowerment, That's what, okay, I gotta be honest, that's what the overall energy of April is. For some people, it's more karmic and spiritual. For some people, it's more about moving and shaking. For you, I think it's gonna be more about just making moves, moving and shaking, you know, stepping into the light energy again, because a lot of people need that right now. I'll get more clarity on this as we move through the spread. Energy you're bringing. Okay, interesting, interesting. Ooh, oh, he's always a big one in this. Wow, you've got tons of energy coming out of this. Okay, here we go. The lady paired with the mice. Okay. Then the stork. Then the fish. All right. So bringing this all together for you. Fish is dreaminess. If you want to think about it as the energy of Pisces, kind of, it's the energy of the dreaminess, especially the fluidity, the fantasy, and energy and element. Stork is about new opportunities, new birth, new beginnings, etc. Give me one more second because we're bringing in the rest of them, and then I'm going to tie them all together. This version of the lady is about sincerity and integrity. Okay? The mice is about, little things that need support, little things that need attention and caring, and that need to be fed, okay? So it's having the lady, again, that idea of depth, integrity, and sincerity paired with the mice of what needs to be filled. That shows me then you need to be able to fill up, again, your sense of integrity, sensitivity, sincerity. This has to do with everything we've already gone through. It's been a very learning period kind of situation that we've gone through. This has been the message for just about every sign this month. It's all about what have you learned in this past, cycle. And I know everybody's been going through it. Everybody's been going through crazy big energy. And therefore, then, how do we use what we've learned towards helping fulfill ourselves in greater ways? Seeing the stork and the fish here shows me it's going to have to do with, okay, new opportunities that are going to be coming to you as a result of that learning, okay? Fish shows me there's a dreamy or, fantasy, ethereal quality to the opportunities. Okay, and now I see the connection. Those opportunities are going to be helping you fulfill and sustain, even in small ways or through small ambitions, things that have to do or are strongly tied to things that are of deep, sincere desire within you. So it's like the things that you hold deepest in yourself and help you be your truest self, even if they're little things inside of you that just need a little love. It's kind of the inner child energy. Like, it's the idea of maybe even small dreams that, maybe you let go of, but because of the shakeup that we've had, maybe you're thinking about them again. Because, again, it's about our history, histories for Cancers, and empowerment. Okay? Because the power is coming. Like, that's a part of the main energy of April for you. Don't forget that. We're going to keep going because we've got a lot more energy here, guys, okay? But we're already getting the base in here. Okay, reflection has a cycle, believe it or not. Guys, you're going to be like, damn you, Hal. Okay, reflection is, what was I just talking about? The crossroads. So it is about a choice about how you're, living your life as far as your life goals or your career. It could have to do with relationships too. Remember, whatever it is that it's like little things inside of you need reassurance or love or support that helps you become more sincere and more authentic. But it's all about this new decision that you need to make that'll help you move towards a new opportunity that's more in line with your dreams or your true feelings. Okay? Even if it's small dreams, A small dream could be like wanting family or wanting a good relationship or wanting to go to school. Like maybe you want to go to college. Maybe you want to, go to college for something else. Maybe you just want to learn how to do different things in life, taking courses or reading books. It could be very small things, It doesn't have to be a huge thing. Crossroads is showing me the idea of a decision needing to be made. Since it's in reflection, again, it's in your thought process. Here's the cycle, because we have a friggin' cycle. Wow. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me. I always say this because, you don't get to see me pick the cards. I pick them by energy, so it's always the perfect card. I'm clairsentient. I feel vibrations. That's how I do it. Okay, guys. Here's the cycle. Circle of Clouds. And Whispering Heart. What does that say? Hold on. I have to hold it up here. Choice. Yeah. So just in case you weren't sure I was right, choice, okay? And cycling with sunrise, okay? So here we go again. So main energy for reflection is crossroads. The cycles are sunrise is about new beginnings, fresh energy, vibrant energy that is rising up. Even rising from the ashes, maybe for some people. I know I've been feeling that mad crazy in the past few weeks to a month. More like a few weeks. But cycling around with Circle of Clouds and Whispering Heart, which is choice. Circle of Clouds is about protection around your thoughts and ideas. That's showing me within this decision, your good decision is being protected. That means the chances of you making the right choice is pretty damn high, okay? Because it's paired with Whispering Heart, which has to do with choice, it means whatever your decision is, it has to be rooted through your authentic feelings. It sounds like an obvious thing, but you would not believe how many people go through their lives not listening to their friggin' heart, okay? It's so often that you'll have an impulse or a true feeling, and then you'll just bury it because it's more convenient to just not deal with it at all. Okay? A lot of people are like that. And there's no shame in it because, that's part of the human condition and the world that we've been trained to live in. But the only way that you're going to make the right choice is by listening to your heart authentically. Remember, the lady and the mice. Sincerity and truth for the things that are little inside of you that need love, attention, and strength. Again, tied to your wishes, your ambitions, your fantasies. Okay, and again, with the sunrise energy, it shows. And that's the other important thing. Because it's a cycle in April, the crossroads will be a constant thing for you in April. The decision-making in April is going to be not just one thing, but probably many things. And again, because it's cycling with sunrise, and with this idea of the genuine choice from your heart, those are what are going to help propel you through April, okay? With more than one decision, all right? Action. And what else was I talking about, guys? The idea of being beyond the dark energy, beyond all of the challenges and facing our demons and shit. Guess what you got for action? Bam. Beyond the storm, protection. And I don't know why it's glaring up on that area, but I think it's just the lighting in here. Beyond the storm, protection. So that is the action. To me, that shows me you're protected within your actions because we already know you're making a lot of choices. It would also show me give support to others as they give support to you within this month. I'm not sure if everybody is going to be moving ahead out of the darkness as fast as others, in which case we need to be a support system for other people as well. And it could also help in your decision-making to have support, but you're already supported by your genuine ambitions and feelings. I cannot stress that enough. Do not go against your true feelings. This is the wrong 2 decades to do that, okay? This is the push into the new energy. You need to start thinking with this and less with this. I mean, by all means, use this. I'm mostly an earth sign, so come on. But, like, it used to be that if we thought with this alone, it would get us to where we needed to go, because we would get rewarded for whatever just by plotting, you know? It's kind of the idea of someone who's a really great artist, but they decide to be a doctor because it's better money. That kind of mentality is not going to be working anymore in the next 2 decades. So now it's going to be like, if that's the way you try and do it, then for some reason it's just not going to be working out. And like the people who are working with this and listening to this and this, your gut, those are the people who are going to be getting rewarded. And I know it sounds contradictory as far as like how the world seems right now, but we're shifting into a new energy, people. Just the way it's changing. All right, reaping. Haha. And what was I saying about changing in energy? Anyhow, trade winds. How do I always start referencing the energy before it actually shows up? I don't know. Trade winds. Paired with, bam, eternal flame. All right, so bringing it together for you with reaping. Eternal flame is about long-term ambitions, long-term goals, long-term feelings, you know, like commitments to your feeling or your passion. Trade winds represents an exchange. For you, I'm thinking the exchange could very well be with your life path, your career, or possibly a relationship. Okay, I'm feeling life path and career a lot more, but relationships could be a part of the package for you. It's whatever's weighing heavier. And again, this is the big clue. What ties into what you sincerely need, your small needs that might not be being fulfilled right now, okay? Because they need fulfillment. Like, they're asking for love. Give them love, okay? Yeah, oh, gotta love those new cards. They're like quite a few animal cards, and they're pretty boss. Okay. Alright, but bringing it back in now. So reaping has to do with the eternal flame and the trade winds. So again, it's that idea of your long-term passions or goals are going through a transformation as far as, it's like you're trading up your life path or something, or trading up a partner, or trading up a situation, where it's like, if you see that those little things that needed fulfillment weren't being fulfilled, then you can make a change now. Because again, you've got the crossroads. You're going to be making quite a few decisions this month, and as long as you listen to your heart, you will be making the correct choice. All right, guys? Okay. That said, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below. Hope you do. So glad to be back with you guys. And if you want a Destiny Line bracelet, go ahead and go to the website. I'm just kidding, but seriously, if you want to, hit it up. And I will see you guys later. Have an awesome month.